The really bad news broke this morning that Amari Cooper is retiring. It was all good till yesterday. We were busy with the Jakobi Meyers situation and suddenly this happened. And he didn't announce his retirement on X or Instagram instead. He picked up the phone, called Pete Carroll, and said, "I'm done. Can't do it." Just like that, he's retired. Now, let me be honest. I didn't want to believe it at first. I stared at that notification thinking, nah, this has to be a bad rumor. But it's real. Amari Cooper is walking away. And the worst thing is the timing. Look, I get it. Some fans are mad, and they have every right to be. Cooper didn't exactly leave on the best terms last time. And now, right when this team needed him most, he's out again. That stings. So, let's analyze this whole situation, explore options for the Raiders, and most importantly, what about the first matchup against the Patriots? How's the Raiders going to handle this? Another big test for Pete Carroll. What's up, Raiders fans? Welcome to the NFL Playbook Raiders. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. This channel is all about breaking down everything you need to know about the Raiders. So, now that Cooper is out, here's the bigger issue. This wide receiver room is now paper thin. Jakobi Meyers, and thank God for Jakobi, is the only proven guy left, and he is not creating any drama. No holdouts, no rubbish social media talks. I really appreciate him. He deserves more respect now. Beyond him, it's Dante Thornton, Jack Beck, and Trey Tucker. 2 rookies and 1 young guy who hasn't really proven himself yet. That's not just risky. That's terrifying if you're Geno Smith looking for someone to get open on 3rd down. Talking about Thornton, he's got real upside. The kid's long, he's explosive, he looks like a future star. But let's be honest, rookie wideouts don't usually come in and dominate from day one. They've got to learn how to beat NFL corners, how to read coverages, how to separate when the play breaks down. It's a lot. But now, thanks to Cooper's retirement, Thornton isn't just being asked to develop, he's being asked to carry out part of this offense right now. And speaking of players who earned it, I've got to say this. Alex Bachman needs to be on this roster by Sunday. The guy fought his way through camp, made plays, did everything the coaches asked. Pete Carroll talks about competition all the time. Well, Bachman competed and he won. Promote him. Reward the guy who showed up and delivered. Now, before we get too far, let me clear up another thing. There's been a rumor flying around that Jakobi Meyers turned down a 2-year, $60 million extension. Yeah, $30 million a year. I've seen the tweets, I've seen the comments, and let me tell you right now, that's garbage. I talked to someone who would absolutely know what's going on, and they laughed when I asked about it. They straight up said, not even close. That number isn't real. It's internet noise. Jakobi isn't sitting in the locker room demanding Tyreek Hill money. He wants to be here. He's not a diva. He's not causing drama. He's just ready to play football. Here's the problem, though. If the Raiders don't get this extension done soon, it will become a problem. If Meyers balls out this year, you're either paying way more on a franchise tag, or you risk losing him for a comp pick that's basically nothing. And if you're not planning to keep him long-term, then trade him while his value's high. What you can't do is let one of your only proven weapons walk for free. That's just bad business. As of Thursday night, there's no holdout, no trade demand, none of that. Meyers is locked in for week 1. But these situations can turn ugly fast if the front office drags its feet. Okay, now, let's talk about the game. Week 1, this Sunday at Patriots. Raiders are coming out of big loss, 4-13 in season 2024 and 0-2 in preseason games. So, they are morally down. Yes, Pete Carroll tried to shift culture and mindset, but it's still not proved yet. So, this contest is important. Being 1-0 versus 0-1 doesn't just look better on paper. It changes playoff math. It changes tiebreakers. And it changes the vibe in the locker room. This is the kind of game that sets the tone for the whole season. Now, we need to know what the Raiders need to do to get this win. Let's zoom out and look at what we're actually up against. Because it's not just about the Raiders situation, it's about the challenge on the other side. And Bucky Brooks put together a really sharp scouting report on the Patriots, and honestly, it matches exactly what I've been seeing on tape. Mike Vrabel's back in the building for New England. And you can already feel the tone shift. This guy is a 3-time Super Bowl champion and a total Patriot Way disciple. His teams play tough, physical, disciplined football. It's not flashy, but it wins games. This isn't some rookie head coach figuring it out. Vrabel's got a blueprint, and he knows how to get his guys to buy in. That matters in week 1, especially at home. And here's the thing. They've got their young quarterback, Maye, who's still growing into the role. The hype around him is massive. Honestly, probably bigger than his production so far. But Bucky nailed it. Maye's got the tools to be a star. Big arm, poise in the pocket, and now he's surrounded by some legit weapons. Josh McDaniels, who we know very well, is going to scheme him some easy wins early, movement throws, play action, even some designed runs to get him comfortable. If Maye starts feeling himself early, this game gets a whole lot harder for the Raiders' defense. And speaking of weapons, don't sleep on Stefon Diggs. He's coming off that ACL injury, but reports say he's ready to roll. Bad news for the Raiders. Diggs gives Maye a true number, 1 target. A guy who can get open even when the defense is doing everything right. That forces our secondary to make some tough choices. Double Diggs, and you leave someone else wide open, or play him straight up and risk getting burned. Bucky also highlighted a key area we've got to exploit. The Patriots are starting 2 rookie offensive linemen, Will Campbell and Jared Wilson. Week 1, making their NFL debuts, facing Maxx Crosby and this defensive front. That's a mismatch we need to attack. Patrick Graham's got to get creative with his stunts and blitz looks, make those rookies think. Confuse them. Even 1 or 2 splash plays in those moments can flip the game. On the flip side, our offense has a huge chess match coming. The Patriots' defense is classic Vrabel. Experienced vets like Robert Spillane, Harold Landry, Carlton Davis, Milton Williams. These guys aren't just tough, they're smart. They disguise coverages, they bait quarterbacks into mistakes, and they'll try to physically dominate the Raiders' skill players. It's bully ball, and if the Raiders don't match that physicality, it could get ugly fast. The matchup I'm watching the closest, Brock Bowers against their secondary. The Patriots are going to spin the dial trying to find someone who can even hang with Bowers. But if they commit 2 guys to him, that opens up lanes for Ashton jeanty in the run game. That balance is our ticket to keeping them honest. This game is going to come down to who wins in the trenches and who dictates terms. If Drake Maye gets comfortable and has time, it's going to be a long day for us. If our defensive line feasts on those rookie blockers, it flips completely. Same on offense. If Geno Smith is under constant pressure, our passing game never gets going, and that plays right into Vrabel's hands. Now, when I was surfing on the internet, I found an interesting formula for the Raiders to win. This is from the guy Hondo Carpenter. It's a rule of 5, and it's proven. That's a stat combining net sacks and turnovers. Example, if you sack Maye 3 times and give up 2 sacks, you're at +1. If you force 4 turnovers and only give up 1, that's +3. Add them up, get to +5, and you win 91% of the time. Now this is interesting and doable. Look, definitely, when you sack a quarterback or force a turnover, it actually reshapes the whole situation. Plus, it actually demotivates the offense. And this is actually key to win the game. And most importantly, stay balanced. Run when you want, pass when you want. Don't let them force you into being predictable. So the bottom line is, Cooper's retirement hurts, no doubt. The wide receiver room is now dangerously thin, and the rookies have to grow up fast. Meyers needs to be extended before this turns into a distraction. We all are eagerly waiting for the win, and what's good other than getting a win in Week 1?